Hello, well, it's real cup fervour today in Rugby Special, and we've highlights of two cracking ties. It's that third round of the John Player Cup, which sets the top clubs in amongst the potential giant killers, and we've the match of that round. Here in the depths of Gloucestershire, Lydney at home for the first time ever in the Cup against Sale, the top northern side from Cheshire. Highlights of that match, and from Wales too, the third round of the Schweppes Cup. And some interesting games on, and again, what looked to be the tie of the round, that great local derby between Neath and Aberavon played at the Talbot Athletic Ground. First, though, here to Regent's home. Lydney, a proud side, determining that this would be a great cup run for them against Sale, including Steve Smith amongst their side, Tony Bond, their captain. And a game that we anticipated would be a rousing contest, and that's exactly what it proved to be. Sale then captained by England centre Tony Bond, who has in his side England's captain Steve Smith, the most capped England scrum half of all time, and a man who'll take some containing today. 2 internationals then, 12 county players, and 2 B internationals in Tony Wright of England, Ian Mackay of Scotland, who toured with Scotland in Australia last summer. Good all round, and with place-kicking skills of Sid Loudon at fullback, obviously favourites to win, but well aware of the problems on their first visit to Regent's home. A big reputation for Sale, a side unbeaten in the Northern Merit table, and they've travelled a long way not to be embarrassed here. Well, there's the Lydney lineup, and no soft touch this side, led by Brian Vine, and he's one of 10 Gloucestershire County players, and that's a clear indication of their overall strength. Most of them have spent time with Gloucester, and the only non-Lydney local is Peter Butler, one of 2 internationals. The other, Gordon Sargent, vice-captain, and he's there to help ensure the pack provides the ball. Lydney, a great try-scoring record this season, 74 in all, 15 of them by their scrum half, Paul Howell, alongside him, county fly half, Colin Price. Pace on the wings, and much, though, depending on the front 5, in which special recognition must surely go to Ken Lindley in his 20th season with the club. And what's more, he tells me, there are still some more seasons to come yet. The referee from the London Society is Peter Farr, his second season with the London Society after 10 years refereeing in Cornwall. Peter Butler there just checks the Lydney pack are onside. Lydney then, through Peter Butler, start this third round cup tie in the John Player Cup. Steve Smith waits base of the scrum, and the referee, in fact, taking them back to the halfway. And Sale opting for the scrummage. And a lot resting on the shoulders of this man today, Steve Smith, and for once, of course, not in a captaincy role. That falls to centre Tony Bond. So an important first scrummage. Lydney, tremendous effort. Sale counter. And Smith. Sid Loudon. Half charge down. And that's Howell. Gritty scrum half, feeds on to Keith Davies, fairhead Lydney flanker, halfway line, Colin Price. And that's a deliberate tactic. Loudon took it well. And the early pressure, Lydney determined to hoist it. It worked as Keith Davies moved position. Here's the set piece, back to Sargent, through to Alan Brooks, through to Price, the hooker. Good front row practice move that no doubt instigated by Gordon Sargent, the England prop forward there, number 1. And the end result is a penalty. And obviously a sight that no one would wish to see, home supporters or away team. And a very generous applause, sadly, for Trevor Simon as he leaves the field with what looks like a very nasty leg injury, and that of course will pose very serious problems for Sale, as Simon, a very experienced scrummager and last year's captain, leaves the field. Just about 11 minutes gone of this first half. And to add insult to injury, it's Lydney that have a chance of the first points in the match through Peter Butler. 32 points already for his new club. 8 penalties, and of course behind that, a career with Gloucester that saw him score 3,851 points. But now it's Cup Rugby, it's Lydney And Butler's missed his first attempt. So there's the replacement for the prop forward, the flanker Dave Roy, newcomer to Sale first team colours this season. Well, a particularly effective vantage point, the line of farm trucks on that far side in this country of woods and rich farming. That's Lydney's 22. Stevenson, cleanly first time, but set up again. Smith, shadowed by Howell. Wright having to retreat, held there by Curtis. And great foraging work there by the Lydney pack. But Sale have set it up again to Steve Smith. Angled for the corner, missed by Butler, and off the corner flag, which is a bit of good fortune for Lydney. With that counting in goal, of course. So it's a 22 drop out to Lydney. So it's no score midway through this first half. And Lydney looking lively. Butler with the dropout. Taken by Mackay. And offside, it's Lydney. So here's a chance for Sid Loudon to get first taste of points in this match. And can he do better than Peter Butler, who's missed his two chances? A very dependable point-scoring fullback. Loud note. It's over 200 points this season, in fact 211 for the club already. About 30 metres out. And the best answer to any jeers that might have come his way. 3 points to Loudon, and Sale go ahead with the first points of the match. 21 minutes played. So it's Butler to restart for Lydney. A side that's lost only one game at home this season, and that was by a single point to Pontypridd. And one, in fact, that's lost only 3 games in 24 matches. Sale, Steve Smith. Misjudgment from the 19-year-old John Hardacre on the wing in his first season. Steve Smith, testing kick there. Unlucky bounce there for Sale. It's come back to Howell. Just dropping over the goal line. No immediate danger. And Carlisle puts it safely away for the drop. And Sale with a pretty useful cup record with 26 games played, 17 victories. Twice reaching the semi-finals. The last time was some 7 years ago. Pressure through Colin Price. Sound defence though from Sale, just outside the 22. Butler now to set it up again. Angled beautifully. Mast close to the Sale goal line. Again, the dominance at the line-out, but throw in, I think, not straight enough, and Lydney quite happy to scrummage all day. Sargent on this loose head. Great master of the art of scrummaging. Howell has a go himself, he's over. Well, virtually unopposed, and clean strike. Howell was, you might be tempted to say, over the moon, but what a lovely try. Just like the one scored by Roy Laidlaw up at Murrayfield last week. Colin Price is attempting this conversion from wide out, the advantage of the left foot round the corner. Struck that well. A fine conversion. And there, 23-year-old fly half Colin Price has brought joy to the town of Lydney. And that's how it lies, 14 minutes plus injury time of this half to go. Sturdy front row that Lydney have. Sargent, Price, Brooks from this side. And there's the Lydney drive, Smith to Loudon. The switch catches, I think, Nigel Wright offside. And Lydney take the scrummage back. And looking all-powerful in the set piece. So a couple of minutes plus injury time to go in this half. Lydney ahead with their converted try. Howell recovering well. In turn shadowed by Smith this time, hoists the ball and Loudon's underneath. And the referee deciding there'd been obstruction. And Lydney have a kick as close to the goalposts as Peter Butler could desire, I'm sure. So would it be third time lucky for Peter Butler to add to his phenomenal point scoring record? 3,851 with Gloucester, 32 points with Lydney. Butler has increased the lead. So a clear 6-point margin now to delight the crowd still more. And a big round of applause as the half-time whistle goes to see Lydney keeping that 6-point lead with an initial try that set them on their way by Paul Howell. So 40 minutes to survive for Lydney to ensure their greatest day of triumph. Sale with other ideas still as Loudon puts it long, Butler takes it safely. Peter Butler, the one non-local here who retired from rugby supposedly at the end of last season, but decided there was still plenty of life in the legs yet and came back with success to Lydney. Now with the dropout. Just across the line. Sale take possession. Paul Howell, who's played for a few clubs in his time, apart from Lydney. He's been to Gloucester, Bristol, Pontypool before returning here. Sargent setting it up, back to Howell. Deflected off a Sale hand. Taken by Richards. Looks for the support of his pack. It's a bit slow to regroup. Lydney there first, and that's the end result. Back from Jones to Howell to Price. Loudon trying to elude the onslaught unavailingly. And there it is again, the Lydney pack taking some command in the loose. And a Sale player offside. And it looks as though Butler's been summoned to try one of those long shots at goal. And if he gets this one, it'll mean that Sale have to score at least twice. So Butler then, looking for a 9-point lead. That's curled way off. Loudon look for a long touch here. Finds one out on the halfway. Howell though quickly to Collins. Collins on the drive. Good burst by the local builder. Howell meant to go into the box. Another deflection. Steve Smith caught though by Davies. Taken on by Pete Jones. Brooks there, handing it direct to Howell, through to Vine, out to Richards. Richards speeding for the corner. Did he make it? The touch judge has his flag up. And a good sprint there by Andy Richards, the 21-year-old winger. So here's the short, lengthened, shortened line again. Deflected well by Davies, back inside to Sargent. Trying to make it up the narrow side. Lovely pick up by Howell. Going for his second try. Can he ground it? But not. The ball over the line, thrown forward. Not grounded initially. And Howell so close for a second score that really would have put Sale in a desperate position. Halfway line. Down from Stevenson. Back from Smith. Across to Nigel Wright. Tony Bond. Good tackle coming in from Brian Vine. Nice chip through by Loudon, though. Paul Stansfield, who's still really waiting for a first clear opportunity out on the left wing. Back from Rabbit, Smith. Nigel Wright. Butler, difficult ball. Covered there by Stevenson in front of the Lydney posts. Chance now as Sale look to come right. The whistle goes. It's a penalty to Sale in front of the posts as a Lydney man came over offside. So a no-nonsense decision I would have expected here from Tony Bond. Calls up Sid Loudon to bring Sale within 3 points. 13 minutes into the second half. This one, kick one so far, before that. And could that be the kick that makes all the difference at the end of this game? So like 24 minutes to go, and Lydney is 6 points ahead. Smith has had an uncomfortable afternoon. Problems not of his own making. And Lydney offside, holding I think the man there without the ball coming round. And it looks as though Loudon will be asked to make amends for that miss in front of the post. So a chance to get Sale within 3 points. 17 minutes into the second half. Sale urgently needing points. Loudon's kick is on target. Well, that will restore his confidence and pride and will give Sale the lift now. 3 points adrift. Butler. Well, here's a testing few minutes to come up. Sale look lifted, and that's Mackay breaking away. Tremendous pace from the second row. Good covering tackle back there by Howell. But a very impressive run that downfield by Mackay. And the player offside for Sale will give away that advantage set up by the second row. Successful exploit of the Lydney players. Applauded to the echo. We're down to 4 minutes remaining plus injury time. Steve Smith with the loose ball to Carlisle, to the open side. Still Carlisle. About 6 metres out, has support from Locke. The referee looks for the possible infringement. This vital ball. Yes, I thought there'd been a knock-on. Referee had waited for advantage. The frustration on the face there of Steve Smith. Sherratt soldiering on this loose head. The flanker moving up after Simon Leader. And Howell not hurrying unnecessarily. Smith at him. Good ball. And that will be a penalty for not releasing after the tackle by Howell, as Steve Smith looks poised to take the tap ball. Could this be the score? Out on the right there is Carlisle. He's in at the corner. The crucial score at the vital moment. With just 3 minutes remaining. It was the quick thinking of Steve Smith after he'd earned the penalty decision for the ball not being released by Howell, who is asking for clarification, I think, from the referee of what that decision was for. Howell penalised for not releasing after the tackle. That may seem a very cruel way for Lydney to lose this one, if that's to be the result, because Sale are now ahead by a single point with just a couple of minutes to go. Carlisle, the scorer. The quick thinking by Steve Smith. From the touchline. It's a fine effort. So 3 points ahead, and the conversion that means Lydney have to score a try to get ahead by the rules of this competition, because penalty would draw them level on points, but Sale, with a try apiece and a conversion apiece, would be ahead as the away team. So Lydney have to go for the try. Lydney are not over yet. Then again, Nora Sale. They have it. Howell, Price, through from Saddle to Vine. Covering is Loudon. Forced out inside the Sale 22. Lydney desperate to get the ball back into play, with a minute plus a little injury time to go. Price with the throw. Good work by Lindley. Kicked through by Steve Smith. Back there is Big Jones. Lindley's put in at the scrimmage. And you can see the anxiety, the commitment of this Lydney side, which has been there throughout. And really the honours won by this superb pack. Howell to the back row. Collins trying to set it up again. And moving now into injury time. And a penalty to Lydney. But they'll be aware, I'm sure, that they need to run it. They do quickly through Howell as Smith stays on the deck. Howell looks to the pack. Desperate straits now. The link man is Vine. Nice pivot, but the opening not quite there. It soon closed. It's there again. Howell chipping through. Pressure still on as Lydney approach that Sale goal line. Referee already looking at his watch to determine how much injury time remains to be played. 12 points to 9. Sale lead. Can't bear to watch. Minutes of injury time already played. Lydney's throwing. Bit of pushing, I would have thought. The referee lets it go, and Sale break out. Down goes Davies, the flanker. The ball is set up by the pack yet again. Price, a chance with Vine. Good smothering work there by Tony Bond. Recaptures the ball as well. And Sale have a chance. Lydney are already committed. There's a 3-1 taken by Loudon. The only covering man is behind the captain, and Carlisle will get the decider like that. A brace of tries in the last 5 minutes of this match, and that's the one that wraps it up for the Cheshire club. And they, I'm sure, will be the first to salute Lydney's total commitment, which meant that opening came Sale's way once they recaptured possession after the Lydney men were fully spent across the field. The breakout came at 3-1. It was a certainty, barring a handling failure, and Carlisle was on the end for the second time. And that ensures the visitors a truly hard-earned victory. That's the last kick of the match from Sid Loudon. And yet again one sees that a game can even change in the dying moments, as Sale scored a second try when Lydney must have thought their chances of coming back again were lost. Just off direction, but at this stage it matters little, with a 7-point margin now in Sale's favour. And 3 minutes of injury time already played. Butler. Well, a side that have done the hometown crowd as the final whistle goes. A game for Lydney folk to remember for a long time. For Sale, what relief when all must surely have seemed lost at times. But in the end, it was the major club from up the north that came down here, were tested the whole way, and Lydney must have felt victory was theirs till that sad decision that went against them a couple of minutes from time saw Sale take the lead for the first time since the middle of the first half. And Lydney's efforts applauded to the echo. A great day for them, but not one that ended